Hello everyone, and welcome to my very first tutorial video, and this one is on Minecraft, and we're going to take a look at the hopper, some practical uses for it in survival mode. So the first thing, what is a hopper? It's something new in 1.5, and this is one here sort of floating in the air above me. And we'll take a quick look at it here. You can see there's a wide top. It's basically a funnel, skinny sort of bottom. All right, and if I right click on it, it looks like a lot like a chest or something. So let's look here a little bit closer. Notice this bottom piece is one important thing. See, on this one it's pointed this way, and this one it's pointed down. The hopper's basic purpose is to move things. It comes in the top, out the bottom, and in this case it will actually go this way rather than straight down. So it moves items from one place to another, and this may seem like some kind of conveyor belt thing or something that's really only useful in creative to move items from a machine or something, but I think you'll see it actually has a couple of uses in survival. First, let's make one just to make sure everybody's clear, and actually let's skip to the hopper recipe. Hopper is basically 5 ingots and a chest, and you get the hopper. And just in case you weren't familiar with the chest recipe or need a refresher, it's 8 planks in a donut, basically, with the middle open. Okay, so once you've made one of those, all right, you can place them. And the placing is actually a little bit tricky. It's kind of like placing a sign or an item frame in that you can place one down, but if you want to place one on or related to another one, you can't just right click. You get the sort of inventory of it. You have to hold shift and go to sneak mode, right? Then you can place additional hoppers. All right. So it works the same with chests, right? If you want to place something on a chest, if you right click, it opens it, but if you hold shift, and then you can place a hopper on or next to a chest. Okay, why would you want to do that? Well, right, hoppers will move things, so anything that goes to that hopper, when it's pointed at a chest, notice all these hoppers are actually pointed at this chest. Some are actually pointed at each other, but if I take something, for example, a magma cream, and I just throw it, that's one of the uses. It'll just catch it, and voila, end up in the chest. Okay, so from any one of those, so this will also drain a chest. So if I put something in this chest, put one in there. Oops, did you notice it disappeared? Where'd it go? It's in the hopper? No, it's in the chest. Great. Okay. Who cares, right? That's great, but what can you actually do with it? Well, here's one thing. A furnace will take a hopper. So as you know, furnace has 2 parts, the ingredient that you're smelting and then the fuel. If you put a hopper on top of a furnace, that will let you fill up the top slot, right, with items. And what this is good for is, go to get some materials here, actually. Let's get some coal. We'll go ahead and put the coal in there, and let's grab a little bit of gold ore. All right, so grab a few gold ore. What I can do is just set them right in here, and you'll notice they start immediately to drain. You go into here, the coal starts burning them, smelting it, and it becomes gold ingots. Right? What's really cool is how many times you go out, do some mining, you got a little bit of coal, a little bit of iron, maybe even along the way you picked up some couple of chickens and a cow, right? Whoops, sorry, we won't worry about that. So what do? You just put them all up in there. Notice even the gold went down. Basically, hoppers pull from the left to the right, but in that case, the gold was already going, so it just pulled more gold in. The great thing is I can just put this up here, walk away. When it's done, I can kind of come back, pull out my ingots, right? But I can also do a little bit extra here. On this furnace, I've added another hopper on the side. What that does is fills the fuel of the furnace. So if I have, oops, we need some fuel. Let's get some fuel. All right. After a while in survival mode, I've usually got more coal than I really can kind of handle. And one thing you can do with it is just put it into, just unload it into a hopper. All right. And that, then it'll just keep the fuel full, and you can do basically then the same thing we've done here is fill the hopper with various resources. Okay. Now, if you really want to take this to the next level, here's what I call the Smeltomatic 3000. This is the same basic idea, but I've added a chest here. So if you get a lot of coal, there are only 5 slots in the hopper. If you get more than 5 slots, you can add a chest and just throw as much coal in there as the chest will hold. You could do the same thing with smelting items, though there usually aren't that many. But here's the addition is I've put a hopper on the bottom of the furnace and then attach that to a chest. So the way that would work is we put some coal in this chest, and it will drain down, start to fill up the fuel. I can then put some iron ore up in here, and it will start to smelt it. Now what happens here is as soon as the item is done, it will then disappear. We should see it just briefly there, right? It disappeared and ends up down in this chest. Here's the issue though. You don't get any XP, at least currently, if you pull an item from here. So I don't tend to do this in survival mode, but it sure would be useful if you didn't care about XP and you had a lot of stuff to smelt. Because you could put another chest up here even and just fill it up with iron ore or whatever you want. Cobblestone, make a bunch of stone, anything you want. All right. So that is using a furnace with hoppers to either fill up the coal, the fuel, or the ingredients, or process the output, or no, store the output, right? Which doesn't get you XP though. Okay. Really quickly, you can do the same basic thing with a brewing stand. Notice a brewing stand has a bottom and a top. This is usually the way I'll set up the brewing stand in survival. And I'll just fill the water bottle, put some water bottles here. And then here's the great thing. I can just set my one nether wart, say a magma cream, and a redstone. Right? I almost always know the ingredients. I just, rather than putting one in and waiting and coming back and managing it, what will happen is as soon as that nether wart is used up, now the magma cream will come in and start to make it a potion of fire resistance. Right? Then the redstone comes and makes it a longer potion. So as long as you add them one at a time, or at least add them left to right, it will then pull them down when the time has come, and you will end up with potions. Now, I've done the same basic thing here. You can actually get it to fill your water bottles for you as well. I don't find this as much of a time saver, but if you were bored and wanted to fill up a whole bunch of water bottles ahead of time, at least, and that way when you get to your potion, you just make your potion, just put the ingredients on top and kind of come back. I've also seen people do some really elaborate machines with this where they create kind of buttons, and you push the different buttons and it actually loads different ingredients into the hopper in different ways. Again, that's great. There's all kinds of possibilities here. In fact, you can turn any of these things on and off with redstone as well. But just wanted to show you some quick and easy ways to use a hopper in survival. Go ahead and experiment and add. This is by no means the end, but I hope you enjoyed and get some use out of this. Thank you very much. Goodbye.